I have nothing to drink because I spent the last few minutes trying to get the fucking camera to work because it didn't. So some of you I see are on. We're late. Apparently, when I disconnected the camera earlier today to film a YouTube video, the EOS camera utility did not want to work correctly when I plugged it back in for the live chat. So I've been trying to fix it. All right, let me see what we got going on here. All right. We got an overlay we can do. Chat. Overlay. All right. I think everyone will be able to see it. Ah. All right. Uncle Guns, hello, Sir Will Crutcher. Colt Manny, TJ, hello, hello. Javier. Adam Hall, hello, hello. Ceresis. All right. See if I got this. Maybe I can get a little higher here and read it a bit better. Just kind of out of frame. All right. So my son is completely right next door to me, fucking screaming. Crystal, hello. Javier, hello, sir. Or you already said hello, sorry. All right. Man, my screen on my laptop is not very bright. I wonder if there's a way to adjust that. Yeah. All right. So I guess we're going to cancel the live stream if Benjamin won't shut the fuck up. Oh, he just realized that I'm doing a live stream and now he's going to be quiet. Kids, can't live with them, but you can launch them into a sock before they're born. All right. Is there a settings for display settings? Brightness. Let's go. There we go. All right. Now we're doing better. Yeah, I can see. Woohoo. All right. Lots of big things happening. Hey, speak of the devil. He's here, brought me a drink. Not that warm. I mean, not cold. It's okay. Go away. Yeah, thank you, sir. That kid, I tell you. All right. So the big things happening. I have a list. Tonight's live chat is brought to you by Z-Bolt Electro Optics, aka the flashlight people. They have decided that we can be an affiliate, and if anybody buys shit from them, we get a little kickback. Just put a link up there. And as it turns out, I just found out today that Primary Arms sells Surefire Scout Pro bodies by themselves. So just like $80 is the current sale price for the bodies. Maybe I'll throw a link up on the book faces or something. And they so I got, what is it, the dual fuel 2-cell Scout Pro body. So now I can outfit it with a bunch of Z-Bolt parts and have a pretty outstanding flashlight. Oh, that text was fucking awesome, by the way. You all will be, well, not you all, somebody out there might be interested in that. So let's do Trying to get you guys a link up here in a minute. Uh, anyhow, that was the big news. Z-Bolt is now an affiliate. And we'll get a small kickback off of those orders. Plus, the Q2 giveaway is over. The winner is in the chat tonight. Will Crutcher has won the Rhodesian brushstroke holster. So I sent Will an email letting him know, and you know what he told me? I want it for Glock 19. Okay, I guess Glock 19 it is. But I do have some other good news. Speaking of Rhodesian brushstroke, there will be in the sometime future, I don't know like how close to the near future, there is going to be a Rhodesian brushstroke set of Mod 3 sling dubers. So that'll be happening. So folks want a Rhodesian brushstroke Gen 3 duber, you'll be able to get this tab looking thing, the tab part in Rhodesian brushstroke. A little bit of that webbing coming my way. So that's happening. Speaking of the Gen 3 dubers, if you didn't notice, they are restocked back in the website, on the new website, in some colors. We got a new color this time, OD green as well as Ranger green. And then Coyote, I don't have any multicams on hand, but we do them in multicam. And there are some K models in AR2 and AR1. That webbing's more expensive. So are the dubers. AR2 material is sometimes so saltily expensive that a yard of Cordura, that like if you got multicam, which is a licensed print, it's like $27 for a yard. AR2 1 yard is $175 when you can find it. So that shit is expensive. So at least say the AR2 and AR1 webbing dubers, the webbing's more expensive, so the dubers are as well. But yeah, dubers are back on the site, as well as I made a video today talking about them and how they work. Probably so somebody can steal the idea, and well, that's fine, whatever. Proprietary molecules and all that shit. But the next plan is I'm started assembling some. A couple of people already ordered them. Those shipped out. Got real crafty, and I made a QR code for the back of that little bag that it comes in, so that if you scan it with your phone, you can watch the video about how to make this work. But did that today, and I'm assembling some more. Ammo Supply Warehouse is going to be a stocking dealer of the sling duber as well. Nope. Sorry, Crystal. No rainbow dubers. So yeah, Becker's going to have some in his web shop. Probably, does he still do the East West, or did he finally get that? Regardless, it'd be in the East, because I'm going to hand them to him here on the East. So that's happening. Dubers are up and done. See what else we got going on in the updates. New Jersey concealed carry documents. Dynamic pistol in August is the last time that we are running that. I figure by now, everybody that's one of our students that was working on getting their New Jersey permit is probably on top of it. And I got 2 guys in that class that did add the New Jersey documentation, and then we are calling it. There is no money to be made in it. I don't remember what the fuck we added extra, but the time and all the shit we had to print off and all that to run it certainly wasn't even a break even. So we tried to hook our students up in the beginning. By now, we figure most people are probably covered. Oh, Colt says Becker's website is all one site now. As you can see, I don't normally peruse Becker's website. I normally send him a text when we talk about his products. Let's see what else we got going on. We scrapped Elite Force Airsoft as a affiliate link. Just called it good. Tom Hollyby, hello, sir. We did, but we added Z-Bolt, so that's good. There are still companies out there willing that like what we do and are helping us kick some money in. Elite Force Airsoft is not so keen on real gun stuff. I mean, they make airsoft shit, but you'd think that they'd have some inkling towards gun stuff, and they didn't like that we pushed a lot of gun stuff and didn't push a lot of airsoft stuff. And I told them we only have one class that uses airsoft guns, and the affiliate link was just so when that class happens and people say, hey, where can I get one of these? We could push them towards them and maybe get a small kickback. And that wasn't good enough for them. So I said, all right, well, I'll just terminate this. And like that was the end of the discussion. I just went in and terminate relationship. And then I said, oh, we'll push Amazon instead of them. I mean, I know they still make some money off of it, but certainly they make more money selling direct than they do to the retailers who sell on Amazon. So that's that. Let's see. We sent out the very last study group email a couple days back. Now, study groups are going to be way easier for everybody involved because I have less limit for number of items and options for things on the website, and Big Commerce does not charge me 30 cents for a free transaction. So if I don't charge anything, they don't collect like a credit card information or any of that bullshit, and then charge zero and then to you, and then they don't charge me 30% plus like the 3.1% of zero. So now it's easier to put free shit on the website. So study groups are now going to be on the website under category says study groups. There's a little box to check if you're an alumni. And if you're not an alumni, there's a little block you can type in the person who referred you to the study group. And then you just, ta-da, you're signed up. And if the study group has a consumable cost, we just put it right in there. Because what had happened before was there were times that we'd have like 15 people tell us they were coming to a study group. They went through and replied to the email. I'm like, okay, so bring like $10 and that'll cover the range rental for the day. And then 5 people showed up. So they paid their $50 and then Gary paid the rest out of his pocket. And I said, oh, I have a couple times of that. And you're like, man, this stings a little bit. So now, like, we have a live fire study group on the list for September 17th, and it costs $12. That it will cover the range rental and whatever targets and uprights and shit that we use. If you sign up for it and then don't come, you at least still paid your share when you said you'd come. So, ta-da, problem solved. We have it all much smoother now. And I don't care if you don't Facebook or Instagram or Parlor or whatever the fuck else it is. Doesn't make a difference. Go to the website. If you don't have the internet, I don't care if you come. Uncle Gun says the Z-Bolt video is a tail cap clicky or momentary. They have both. I also have both. I would say the clicky one is probably a little more distinct than the Streamlight clicky, and the momentary is momentary, similar to the oh so rare Surefire momentary tail caps. So both have worked well so far. The only one that the double one that has like the port for a remote switch and a button, that button only comes in clicky at this moment. Like, fingers crossed, that one they're going to offer clicky and non-clicky as well. Yes, Crystal, that was a thing. So on Shopify, there were some downloadable targets, and they cost like $1 because Shopify would charge me 30 cents plus 3% of nothing. So for you to download a target from me, it would cost me 30 cents. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So that's why I put them up for $1. So they would charge their 30 cents. So they'd charge like 34 cents and I'd get 60 cents out of it. I could have charged just like 50 cents to, not screw you over so much, but I like even dollar numbers. I don't do like $3.99 for a $4 item. I don't even do $399 for a $400 class. I like the nice, real, even numbers. So I just did $1. And that was why. Iroquois Foreskin, hello. So yeah, that catches everybody up on the study groups. It is now just going to be on the website. So the Q3 study groups are up there. There are 2. They are close to each other. Bug the Fuck Out 19 is in September, and September 17th is Live Fire. The Live Fire, we're going to do a lot of Live Fire, like a large portion of Live Fire. You can do as much as you want, like as many trigger presses. But Zach Bush of Definitive Training Solutions will be here on September 16th doing Definitive Shotgun. And we're going to have Live Fire study group the very next day. So you can bring your shotgun if you like. Still have some steel targets and stuff out there from the day before. So we can blast up a bunch of steel with the shotguns and the buckshots and whatever. And then we're also going to do rifle stuff and pistol stuff and drills that are timed, drills that are scored, team stuff, partnership. Like we're going to try and just do all day of fucking Live Fire. Uncle Guns, yeah, their website is terrible. I'm not gonna lie. It was probably pretty badass for 2001, but the lights are pretty kick-ass. And the handhelds I looked at when we were at SHOT Show, but the weapon lights like drew me right in. I love my Tactician for a handheld, but weapon lights, like they have LED heads, but there's other ones, LEP, and I want to say it's laser excited phosphor is what LEP stands for. And they're like a fucking trillion candela with 10 miles of range. Okay, I'm exaggerating to get the point across. Lots and lots of fucking throw on the LEP heads. And then they sell diffusers, like flip over diffusers, like the caps, like the 100 concept caps, but it's a diffuser screen for the in front of the lens will do it like 40 degrees instead of focused. For like if you're going in a building, you can flip that thing over. So it's probably next week I'm going to order me some more Z-Bolt parts. I got that body coming, and we're going to see what kind of kick-ass weapon light we can make out of that. Scott Wexler, hello, sir. A lot of folks I saw this last weekend popping into the chat. If you're here for a refund, we don't do that here. Steven, hello, sir. A lot of folks coming to class this coming weekend, also popping into the chat. Doing fish 3 and 4 this weekend. Night fishing and full contact fishing. I just made that up. I kind of like it. That's what fish 4 is going to be called. Full contact fishing. Scott's here for the gangbang. Well, he was part of the Bukkake video I posted. Adam, the Z-Bolt video is going to happen. Like I ordered the first parts today. So my problem before was the Z-Bolt heads will not run off of a single cell Surefire body. And I didn't want to buy the Z-Bolt body because it uses the old Scout footprint, like the 2 lugs, like Streamlight and like fucking everybody uses except now Surefire. Well, they still use it, but they offer the Pro mount. Love the Pro mount. I absolutely love the Pro mount. And all my Pro mounts are 1 cell Streamlights, so I couldn't buy a head and put on there. And so I was trying to figure out what Z-bolt thing I was going to put together. Once I realized that nothing I owned would work, I didn't want to buy a fucking $400 Scout light just to throw the head and tail cap away. So now I got this squared away and got a new body coming. And I'm gonna the Z-bolt shit I'll get on order next week because I know a couple other guys want to get some stuff too. And it'll be a badass light, I expect. Scott, I posted a I guess it's like a reel or a short or something like that. I think it was in my Facebook story, and it was just said like laser bukkake, and it was the target with all you guys. Anyhow, oh, Steven, you got a Rain 3.0. I definitely want to play with that a little bit too, because the last Rain I saw was not the 3.0, and I think their tail caps, like the way the remote switch goes into the tail cap, is fucking brilliant. I remember when it came out, and the Rain 1.0 was the same year that Surefire came out with the Pro mount. And I remember telling everyone, man, what I'd really like to see is the Surefire Pro mount with the Rain style tail switch or tail cap remote switch port and the Unity hot button mount as the tape switch. They all came out at the same SHOT Show, but none of those three things work together. Well, I guess the Pro mount and the Unity can, like you can get the Surefire with the remote port, and either way, like there's a lot of little like different companies have some cool shit. Iroquois foreskin, like the class. In-depth fishing. That's a good one too. Adam says he needs fish 3 and 4 now. Well, you're in luck, Adam. They're happening now. Well, not like now, but this weekend. You can come on up if you want. All right. So we'll do some flashlight shit Saturday. We'll do some force on Sunday. We got that going on. Oh, all right. So Adam doesn't like the Unity hot button. When it came out, and I was like, that looks awesome. It was the shape and angle they put the button at. Wasn't so much of the like what the button felt like, because I did not feel the button for another year. But I liked how they had that one angled up. And as it turns out now, if because I thought like a mod button and a hot button, would give you like a flat and an angle button would be a great 2-button setup, white light and laser stuff. HRF Concepts makes I think it's called the ramp, and it takes a hot button or a mod button and mounts it at an angle, so you can do a flat and an angle one back to back and make your own hot button out of mod buttons. I've been running a mod button on my now on my sim gun. It was on the loaner rifle for a while. Seems to be working great. And yeah, the little shield is made by HRF, same company that makes the ramp, which does the angle. You can do the shield or the angle with the shield. And I think they make one that's bridged like a 2-1, one on the front, one on, I don't know. They make a bunch of different ones. One of the things we were talking about study groups, somebody asked me if we canceled the rifle build and the painting party, and we did not. We moved it over so that is just a bulletin.net sponsored event. Still happening on the same day, 15 July, still the same place. Get a hold of Mike if you're looking to come to that. Let's see. I mentioned definitive shotgun. Going to Texas, going to Tennessee, going to Florida. Yep. Oh, 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 that was the other thing. The text that came in that I said was good. The good news is October. You better let me check and say the right words. And because I'm sitting in front of my laptop and my desktop is one floor below me in my office, uh, I can't make this uh, live yet. But October 21, 22. So the 21st, 22nd of October, Dynamic Carbine is back on the schedule for this year. We're apparently running another one. Just the 2 days, no day 3, no team dynamics, just the 2-day one. October 21, 22 in Kalispell, Montana. That's right, Kalispell, Montana. I will make that live when the live chat is over. I go back down to my office, get on my desktop. The event's already made. I just didn't make it live until I got word back. So I know there's a delay. I'm catching back up to the like comments. Hunchback and the ramp. Yes, Scott's on top of that. Steven, BTFO is on the 9th now. We moved it because Zach Bush come out here for a shotgun class, and I didn't want people to skip his shotgun class to come to the bug out, so we just moved the bug out. So that was the big news. Yes, Steven, you should get a pack together. If you need to borrow a pack, let me know and I will get one. I will loan you one that you can use. TJ, what the fuck? Well, if you were planning on making the other date for the bug out, that does mean you can ferry your ass down here for Zach's shotgun class and for the live fire study group. We haven't done a live fire study group in forever. Speaking of 3D printing, Scott, there is a fella out there who I gave a drawing to for a new type of hand stop piece on a rifle that takes some of the features I like from the True North Concepts grip stop and some of the features that I like from the Irregular Defense modular hand stop and smashes them together and then changes some more of that into some other things that I wanted added to it. And hopefully he'll be printing me the prototype here in not too long so that I can fuck with it, make sure that it's good, and then we can start looking into more larger scale production. And you heard it here first. I needed a name for it. Like, what kind of hand grip thing, what kind of cool name would you remember that also wasn't taken? Because everything I thought of, like if I Googled it, someone already made it. So it'll be the Tremis Dynamics hand job. See, I told you wouldn't forget it. So that is being prototyped as we speak. I couldn't call it a grip master. There's already a hand workout tool called a grip master. Oh, I know what else we need to discuss. Will Crutcher obviously won the Q2 giveaway. What's the Q3 giveaway going to be? I will tell you right now, right here. One brand new, still in the box, never been touched. Mantis X10 will be our Q3 giveaway. What are you going to have to do to win it? I don't know. Haven't decided yet. but we're going to do an X10 as a giveaway. Scott, Will won the Rhodesian Brushstroke Instructor Holster. That also means Will not be eligible to win the Mantis X10 that we're giving away in quarter 3. I don't know when in quarter 3, how. Just we're going to give away an X10. Which also reminds me, one of the questions that I've received. Not that we're doing the question section, but I only got 2, so it's easy to do the question section. Was, hey, what's up and new with the muster? And I have confirmed that Fourth Taco is going to bring the food truck, and we are probably going to do a pre-order for food. I have to go meet them tomorrow, and it'll probably be $20 a plate, no drinks, and we will bring our own coolers full of soda pops or whatever, waters and whatnot. Oh man, they didn't want to. I knew when the X came out, I thought they said something about having at some point their plan was to offer the X magazine by itself. So you would have, because that's the only part that's different. They mix and match otherwise. But I have not gone back and checked on that. So with the news for the muster, Mantis is going to give away something at the muster. What? Don't know, but there will be a Mantis something or some things to give away at the muster. Also, True North Concepts threw in a grip stop on top of all the things that we listed last time, last week. So that gives us what do we got? Holsters, a silencer, 1,000 rounds of 9mm, a bunch of 9mm from Defiant, more than just subs, rails and sights from Midwest, nylon gear from YMI Tactical, grip stop from True North Concepts, something from Mantis. I may even throw in a limited edition sling duber. I have one in Marpat, like the webbing, the Marpat webbing for the tab. That is not the easiest stuff to come by because at some point the Marine Corps said, oh, just Coyote Brown webbing on Marpat is fine. So companies stopped making the Marpat printed webbing. So maybe I'll throw that in too. Steven, they probably could move the battery, like the lithium ion battery cells, into a new battery case. But at that point, like, I'm sure they would just be like, no, you buy a whole new battery. It seems like they would be the way they go. Oh, look, Benjamin Marr commented. So the mag is $175, Scott. What is the cost of an X, like a whole Blackbeard X? Regardless, I can. I assume my dealer list probably has the battery by itself now. I might be able to get you a better price. Don't know. I'll have to look. I'll if you remind me, not during the live chat, but like during the normal course of a business day, I will email my sales guy and ask what my price is for a battery and see if I can't maybe get you a little better price than retail since you bought a whole unit from me. So back to my list on the muster. A few more details have come out from the instructors. Sonny's block of instruction, he wants the whole hour and maybe some more As Virtue of Selfishness, The Savage's Guide to Escaping Mediocrity. That sounds pretty good. Jerry Nuss is doing Team Selection and Plan Buy-In. Zach is doing The Buckshot Sniper. Dave Biggers is doing My Two World Wars. Still not sure what Matt Wyke, Jay Gibson, and Calvin Lim are doing, but they have the option to do whatever they want. Andrew Meisker is doing Meisker's Magic of Medicine 2. Mike Fiore is doing a block on creating an after-action review of training, and I am doing a dry practice block of instruction. So that is and then at the end, we're going to do a panel, like a long table with all the instructors sitting on it, and ask questions. And the instructors will do their best to answer them. So far, the only 2 live fires are My Two World Wars and the Buckshot Sniper, plus that Q Erector. Biggers is going to bring one of them Ed Brown fancified M&Ps, and we're going to screw that Erector 9 onto it and let people try it out. So they'll be doing that too. Will says, "Holy hell, what a lineup!" Yep, we're throwing a kick-ass party up here. You could come up for it, or you can go to Germany. You can come to Pennsylvania. Like, ain't you ever heard Pennsylvania Dutch? Like German and stuff. My grandmother's last name was Van Gordon. It's German. So that was the muster. Yes, Crystal, it won't start with a 4-hour drive. In fact, now I made it even closer than it was last year from Bloomsburg, because last year it was like a half hour to get there, and this year it's 12 minutes. All right. I think all the updates are done. What time we got? 8:47. Good. Germany and Caribbean. I don't know about Germany, but the Caribbean sounds awesome. Scott, I know you can make it. I just made that drive, or a similar drive. It wasn't bad. All right. I guess since I hit the muster question, I can hit the only other question we had. And that is, what technique presents the most issues to students? Now, it's a big question. I wasn't sure if they meant all students or my students, of techniques that I teach or techniques in general. It wasn't very clear, because you know how that goes. Like, this is my question. So I phrased it myself as techniques that I teach in my classes that I see my students struggle the most with. And to borrow a term from TJ, because I totally took it when I heard him say it, it is the decoupling. So when we're shooting on the move, I've discussed that you can decouple the rifle from your shoulder, lift it up so it's just a cheek weld, no shoulder pocket weld, and it pays some dividends. And then the other thing that I have discovered, and I think this comes from square range shooting, is decoupling the face from the rifle. And I see it a bunch. I saw it some this weekend, that when students needed to see what was happening, they turned with the rifle stuck to their face instead of looking around and then driving the rifle where they went. And they did get better at it as the weekend went on. The ones that struggle with it, some people don't. They probably did at one point and they figured it out. But of all the things that we talk about, the basic thing of that rifle doesn't have to be locked into 4 points all the time. That's what I think people struggle the most with, and it's something that like physically isn't difficult. It mentally gets stuck. Catching up on comments. Bear with me. Your freedom. Hello, sir. Going to the range, working on lefty stuff. Yeah, you should do almost all lefty stuff. If you truly want to be good at doing something with the wrong hand, you should spend 80% of your practice time with the wrong hand, and the 20% with the correct hand, you can do that will maintain wherever you're at and probably show some improvement. Um, but people will do the opposite and do 80% with the correct hand because they like it. It feels good. They go home going, yeah, it's fucking badass. And this one gets marginally, maybe a noticeable improvement because they spend 20% on it. And if they reverse those, this would still be awesome like it is. And this soon would like nearly fucking catch up. Just there's your tactical tip of the day. Uh, Steven, don't worry. Sunday you're going to get shot up anyhow, whether you suck or not at lefty. All right. Oh, Mr. Freedom. You practice with the right eye covered as well. I'm like making it hard on yourself. Ooh, I just said hard on. Damn it. YouTube's probably going to censor this. So Iroquois Foreskin brings out, he says that rifle switching hands he was okay, but pistol, much worse. Earlier when I talked about those 4 points of contact we get in a rifle, like each one of those makes it easier. That's why rifles are easier to shoot than pistols are. Now, as we pull those away, we present ourselves with a higher level of difficulty. So when we shoot a pistol, we've taken 2 of those away, sometimes 3 of those away. So it's a lot. You're not cheating anymore, and now you have to go back to relying on skill, especially if it's just the wrong hand and it by itself. Oh, I'm glad to see you all are working on the one eye shit. I'm impressed. TJ, the muster is going to be in Mainville, which is 6 miles southeast of Bloomsburg. So much closer to my house than the live fire range that we normally use. And look at that. My moderator in with the link. Best moderator ever. The other one texted me while we were like part of a conversation, nothing to do with, oh, by the way, I forgot the live chat. That's why she's my favorite. I was going to say something. Left-handed tactical tip of the day. Huh. Yep. Don't remember what it was. Oh, yes, my AK shooters. We certainly noticed safety manipulation differences, like those neural pathways for when to flip the safety on and off and what fingers to do it with. Under some levels of, oh, I got to get that thing taken care of, and it not being over here, and or being over here now instead of this one over here, and like you can see it happening. It was funny to watch. And then the loaner gun I got, the blue one, fucking safety started acting up on it again. I put some fucking like Strike Industries bullshit in there because I could get one that was blue. I'm like, oh, well, it's not life saving. It's just a sim gun. Like it doesn't even have a gas system in it to like fire real bullets. I mean, it could like bolt action. So I was like, yeah, it'll be fine for the blue uh, ambi safety because it at least fits the blue motif of the gun. And one day that thing started fucking acting up real hard to turn on and off. So I took it apart and I put a new detent in it, and there was a like a burr on the inside of the track where the detent ran. So I smoothed that out, and it seemed to work okay. And this weekend went right back to like having to do like two fingers on the thumb safety to fucking turn it off. And I'm like, all right, just fucking pretend it's an AK, put it on fire, and leave it there. Because I only had one loaner rifle. Speaking of AK, who makes a good ambi safety? No one. Take it easy, Scott. Uh, yes, cut through Mainville and away to Mahanoy City. That is not that I really go to Mahanoy City often, or really, no, I got a friend that lives over there. But yeah, through Mainville. So when you come to the muster, Mister Your Freedom, from that town not too far from here, uh, you know how to get there. You should come to the muster. Just saying. I'm actually going to invite some other folks that you may know to come to said muster. All right, caught up on the comments here. Agreed. No need to go to Mahanoy City. All right. I've got almost 9 o'clock, which is my normal quit time. If you guys got some unaddressed question, you should bust them out now. Make sure I got everything taken care of. We'll do this link again. This is our sponsors link for this evening. Will Crutcher did win the holster. Mantis X10 for the Q3 giveaway. We just added some dates to Montana, literally while the live chat was happening. Study groups are all done and new. Oh, that reminded me. So the study group email list. That was one way we were doing it. And now the only email list is the normal, like once and forever fucking emails. However, I started with a MailChimp email list. I exported that into Shopify. Shopify doesn't have the same categories that MailChimp did, so it just deleted the ones it didn't use. So when I imported my customers, which included people who were on the email list, over to BigCommerce, it did not take necessarily whether you had opted into email marketing from Shopify. It wasn't categorized, and I put it in as a customer into BigCommerce. So then I integrated MailChimp because BigCommerce doesn't have its own internal email app. So I integrated my MailChimp app and pulled all the customer data back out and threw it back into MailChimp where I had started years ago. And all them times that had moved categories, some of the opted in for marketing went away. So hundreds of people got pushed out because it wasn't confirmed that they opted in to receive emails. So I'm going to send the first email out using the new service probably this week, maybe Friday, Monday at the latest. And if you want to make sure you're on the list, there is a sign up on the website. There's a sign up on the Facebook page. It will make sure that you are opted in to receive the marketing emails if you want. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but they tend to be about once a month. at their peak and once every couple of months, not at their peak. I'm not big on email marketing, so like I don't like to receive it, so I don't like to send it either. But by all means, please, if you want to make sure that you're getting the emails and you look for them, go try to sign up. I'm pretty sure if you're already signed up, it'll tell you that. If not, you'll get re-signed up. TJ says, tell Aiden to go to the muster. Literally, the comment before TJ's was from Aiden. Aiden, go to the muster. Would you consider a 15 to 20-minute segment on a future live chat about possible move locations? Actually, that sounds awesome. Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Utah, etc. Actually, those will all be ones that would be in my consideration, as well as Idaho. Yeah, that's about it. Hmm. Crystal, I don't think that link works because that goes to the old website. So the new website says it's a 404. I know it goes to the old website because it says collections, and there are no collections in the big commerce. So, but it's at the bottom of every single page. So it doesn't matter what one they go to, there's a spot they can sign up for the email. If you are looking for a particular email sign up, I'll actually dig you up the link because I can do that kind of on the fly. And hell, there's a pop up for the first time you visit the website that says subscribe to the newsletter. And then there's also on the contact us page, there's a link for sign up for the newsletter, which takes you to this. It's a big ass link, but that's what's at the top of the page. I will tiny URL that later. But for the time being, that's that. Steven, we do study groups all the way out in the cold. We've done ones where we needed snowshoes. Nobody had snowshoes, but we needed snowshoes. I went and bought snowshoes because of that study group. So, yes, the study groups happen in the cold. Yeah, inadvertently. When we scheduled it for January, we were pretty fucking sure ahead of time it was going to be cold, but we'll call it inadvertent. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. We will see you guys next week. Mr. Freedom has snowshoes. Not surprised. Not surprised that you have snowshoes. I will catch you all next week. And possibly, if I can remember, where was that comment? Segment on moving locations. So I'm actually copying that and putting it in my notes so that I can, because I have a live chat note thing that I do every week. Put it down here in the questions section. And I'm just going to put it into next week's questions. There we go. All right. With that, you all take it easy. Some of you I will see this weekend. The rest of you, I wish I would see you this weekend. And maybe I'll catch the rest of you on Wednesday. Toodaloos and take it easy.